Hey guys, what's going on? It's Ryan here, coming back at you with Armory update number. I believe it's, I believe it's 17. Armory update number 17 now. Um, so this Armory update, we bring the boy Victor back. I'd been itching to play Victor. I'd been playing a lot of Ira, testing a lot of Ira and Dio. And so I wanted a comfort pick. Victor's always been my go to champion if I just want to kind of chill and play the game and have a good time. Um, I didn't have this is after the Master Pack Guardian, so I didn't have any of the new stuff like Test of Iron Grips, Pack Perfect, or anything like that. Other than the Crater Hoof boots. Um, and so I'm not running any of that, but doesn't matter. Still did amazing. We went 3-0 today on Victor. My rounds were Gravy, Reinhardt, and Slippy, and as I said, I went undefeated into each one. Um, we can go ahead and get into the rounds, and then we'll get into the deck tech. Round one, it said Gravy Bones. If you know anything about the Gravy into the Guardian matchup, it's a slog for Guardians. Um, with Sledge plus seeing all of my red and yellow zealous beltings, I was able to keep the field clear, and I was able to get tempo and make him give me his hand due to batter to a pulp. Um, he ended up fatiguing him down to I was at I think it was at 11, and then he was at 31 but had no more cards in deck, and so he conceded. No more cards in deck and no minions on field. Very good game. It's such a slog for Guardians. Coming out on top. I don't know if Sledge is technically, or I didn't use Sledge. I was using um Fist. I don't know why I said Sledge. Fist. Fist for 4 pretty much the entire time to keep tempo. Yeah. So, um, but yeah, close the game out. And due to time and the opponent having 0 cards left in deck, I took round one. Round two, we went into Reinhardt. Reinhardt was playing a double claw build. It seemed like he wanted to go for more of an aggressive build. I play staunches in my side. Um, and he also staunches cover up a lot of his turns. Um, which just helps in this matchup. It hurts when you're clashing, but you don't really want to be clashing against Reinhardt anyways. Um, so staunch, and then he he beast within twice during the game, and off the top he took 2 Blood Rush Bellows. So that was rough. And then I was able to send consistent good disruption like Command and Conquer and CNC or Crush Confident, stuff like that. I think I said CNC and I meant Erase Face. But super tired when I'm recording this. My bad, guys. Um, but yeah, so we took the W on Reinhardt. Go into round three. It's the finals. It's Slippy. I'd been practicing a lot into this matchup. I've been studying this matchup, putting a lot of game like play hours into the hero itself, and just trying to figure out its breakpoints. And Staunch really kind of helped a lot. It was able to turn. It was able to cover up the bonds turns, the bigger turns where they're mantling and and trying to push your hand. It was just able to cover up those turns, not to mention the natural 4 blocks. I didn't see a shred. I don't think I got shredded at all, and if it did, it didn't really do anything because like he didn't shred in any of my 4 blocks or anything like that. So, on top of seeing staunches, when I needed to, I drew 3 back-to-back pummels pretty much. I was able to set up 3 turns where I sent pummel back to back, and that was nuts. That's pretty high roll. But just kind of knowing where and when you're gonna be taking the damage and how to block it out is super necessary. I was basically able to dodge flick knives with calming breeze, and then the few the few blocks I had to cover up the rest of it. Slippy, I mean, it was not a slaughter or anything. Like I barely got. It was. I think I was like at 3 when I killed him, so like it was a super close match. But staunch helps a ton in this match. I think being able to de-react to cover up their whole 3 combo chain buff react chain is just nice, convenient, right? So yeah, as I said, we're playing Victor. Victor, if you don't know what he does, he is the first time each turn you create a gold token from an effect you control, draw a card, and then the first time each turn you would fail to win a clash. Instead, I can destroy a gold, and if I do, put one of the revealed cards on the bottom of its owner's deck, then clash again. So if you think your opponent is going to get a lower one, you can even choose your opponent or yourself. It doesn't matter. I packed RM Aegis. RM Aegis counts as a gold. It's a temper 2-handed shield. It's just probably best in slot for Victor if it comes for shield. Definitely not the best in slot shoes, but very good budget shoes. We just got out of the Master Pack Guardian. It's called Crater Hooves. They have the action of you can pay 3 into it, destroy it, and then the next Guardian attack action card you play from Arsenal gets Dominate, and it has Go again. So the action will get Go again. So that's really important to close out games. So say you lay a 3 for 7, and then you have 2 blues left in hand. You can Crater Hoof into a Crush Confidence, and bam, now you have a 7 Dominate. So it's proven to work pretty well for me. The go-to hat right now, it's Crown of Dominion, create a gold. You know what I'm saying? You want your first Victor's Manor to be generating mites if you can. You want to be going ahead and getting that tempo generating as soon as possible. But we do have a blocking hat, Crown of Providence, dodge CNC, fix hands, stuff like that. Super good hat, one of the best in the game. Findel Spring Tunic, standard. Gauntlets of Iron Will, pretty standard. And then, as I said, we had Titan's Fist. Titan's Fist is a pretty good card, one of my favorite hammers. So in the deck, remaining 55, Choke Slam, CNCs, Crush Confidences, which Crush Confidences is just literally a Guardian Humble. If it crushes, they literally get humbled. They have no hero text box, so that's why you don't see Humble in the list. E-Strikes, if you're playing Guardian, you're playing Pummel. Pummel's really good disruption. Spinal Crush is amazing. I think I got to send at least 5 Spinal Crushes that night. And it just, being on the other end of a 9 or 10 Spinal Crush feels really bad. Test of Strength is your 4 block. You get the clash, and if you win the clash, you create a gold. Really good for Victor because on gold creation, you get to draw. Trounce is another one of those clash to make golds, but it also makes a might and a vigor. Riches of Tropal Dahani, just the fable that makes a gold, right? If you are the golden sun, you gotta have the fable that makes gold. The Golden Sun, speaking of Victor Specialization, as an additional cost to play this, you may destroy a gold. And if you do, it gets +3 and overpower. This with any type of pummel, or this alone with mites, it just is really, really fearsome because overpower is still hard to get through for a lot of decks. Then we move on to the blues. We have Blue Choke Slam, Cranial Crush, Debilitate, Disable, Macho Grande, which you use stuff like Macho Grande, Cranial Crush, and the choke slams and stuff like that to try to end out games if you can. If you're not seeing your reds or you didn't pitch reds early, Thunderquake is simply to basically have a heave ability if you need Seismic Surge, or you know you're going to be able to go wide. Thunderquake allows that to be a little bit better. Thunk, it's literally in there strictly for the text. When you win the clash revealing this, create a might token. So you just get might tokens off of it for winning, and we're clashing all the time in here. And then visit Goldmane Estate. I think this is probably my favorite card. Create a gold token, then if you control 3 or more gold tokens, create that many might tokens. So you get to create as many might tokens as gold tokens you have, as long as you have 3 or more. So if you just stack gold, you can eventually be stacking mites, and it gets pretty nasty. I think I've swung like 9 mites on top of something before with a Goldmane Estate. And I have heard of people remembrancing that action back in, and just doing kind of like a merchant Victor build where they're just continually trying to get as much gold as possible to send really huge Goldmane Estate turns. And then Wallop, like Thunk, is only in there for the text. When you win a clash revealing this, create a Vigor token. Vigor tokens allow you to get 1 free resource at the beginning of your turn. Go down to the inventory, batter to a pulp at 3. If this would deal 4 or more damage to... That damage can't be prevented. And crush, 4 or more damage to a hero. Destroy an equipment that controls no defense value. Primarily, you are using this into Gravy Bones, because Gravy Bones' compass can be destroyed by this, and they're kind of dead in the water after that. Still not the best game plan. It's still really, really, really rough. If you, if it's like, unless you just like at the beginning of the game just blow them out with a batter, then it still can be a rough matchup. Calming Breeze, because I still don't own shelters. And not Flick Knives is a thing. Crush the Weak, because most of the Arachne attacks, most of the ninja attacks, they're all going to be under 3. So Crush the Weak is a 3 for 7 that threatens. Most of the time they want to block it. Erase Face is obviously just a really good disruption card, right? It if it hits, they lose cards, and tokens lose all class and talent types until end of next turn. And then into the more kind of specky stuff, Staunch Response. Staunch Response is just a pay 2, 7 D react. You can also pay 4 more into it, and it gets 10. So it becomes 10. So it's a pretty good D react. Zealous Belting is 2 if there's a card with higher attack in the pitch. Zealous Belting, it's go again, so it's 5 go again, because almost every card in your deck is going to be higher attack than it. Same with Yellow Zealous Belting, only it's 4. But these are just primarily to clear minions and get them out of the way so you can send face. But yeah, so that was my first place list for Victor. Super fun matches down at Command Zone. Really enjoying Victor right now. I think he's in a great spot. Now Gravy is still a tough matchup. I don't think it is one of those. I don't even think it's one of those 50-50s for Victor. I quite literally think like it's like a 10-90. And I just got lucky. To be real, right? Like it's a very very hard match for Victor, or any Guardian in that matchup. Well, I don't know about Valda though. Valda seems pretty interesting. There's more info on that, I guess, that I need to be looking at. But yeah, so first place Victor, down at Command Zone, and appreciate the pricing always. Great staff, and great community. And I guess yeah, that's it for this one, and we'll see you guys next time.